June 18, 2020, a company worth $24 billion discovers that $2.1 billion simply doesn't exist. Not stolen, not hidden, just gone. A company doesn't just lose $2 billion overnight, unless that money was never there in the first place, and everyone was too afraid to admit it. Within days, the CEO is in handcuffs. The COO becomes an international fugitive, and Germany's most celebrated tech company collapses into nothing. This is the story of WireCard, how they made billions, fooled the world's smartest investors, and why their spectacular failure was always inevitable. Before we dive in, drop a comment and let us know where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you. If you enjoy true crime stories like this, be sure to like the video, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and share it with someone who'd love it too. In the late 1990s, WireCard started as a boring payment processor, handling transactions for online gambling and adult websites, the kind of businesses traditional banks didn't want to touch. But CEO Markus Braun had bigger ambitions. A former consultant with a PhD in mathematics, Braun transformed WireCard into Germany's answer to PayPal. By 2018, WireCard wasn't just successful, it was worth more than Deutsche Bank, more than Commerzbank. It became the first fintech company in Germany's prestigious DAX 30 index. WireCard's pitch was irresistible. They were revolutionizing digital payments in Asia. While competitors struggled to break into markets like the Philippines, India, and Singapore, WireCard claimed explosive growth. Revenue doubled, then doubled again. Profits soared. Investors couldn't get enough. SoftBank invested. Institutional funds poured in billions. The stock price climbed relentlessly upward. Markus Braun became a billionaire. He was celebrated as a visionary, featured in business magazines, and courted by politicians. So how did WireCard make all this money? According to their financial statements, they had a secret weapon, third-party acquirers, or TPAS. These were local partners in Asia who processed payments on WireCard's behalf, generating massive transaction volumes and fees. The beauty of this model? These partners were in distant countries with complex regulatory environments. Hard to verify, hard to audit, but incredibly profitable, at least on paper. By 2019, WireCard reported that these Asian operations accounted for 2 billion euros in cash, sitting in trustee accounts managed by their partners in the Philippines and elsewhere. Everything looked perfect, too perfect. In 2015, a Financial Times journalist named Dan McCrum started asking uncomfortable questions. His investigation suggested something was deeply wrong. Fake customers, forged contracts, and revenue that didn't add up. WireCard's response? They attacked. They sued the Financial Times. They filed criminal complaints against the journalists. They hired private investigators. They even convinced Germany's financial regulator, BaFin, to investigate the Financial Times for market manipulation. Not investigate WireCard, but investigate the people reporting on WireCard. And it worked. For years, the story was buried under legal threats and regulatory protection. Here's how WireCard fooled everyone. They created a web of shell companies and fake partners across Asia. These entities would process payments that never actually happened. They'd forge bank statements showing billions in cash that didn't exist. They'd create circular transactions, moving money between their own companies to create the illusion of legitimate business activity. When auditors asked questions, WireCard would delay, obfuscate, and redirect them to falsified documents. Their COO, Jan Marsalek, personally managed relationships with these phantom partners, ensuring no one could dig too deep. Even EY, one of the world's largest accounting firms, signed off on WireCard's accounts year after year. How? Because WireCard provided bank confirmations that appeared legitimate. The trustees in the Philippines sent documents confirming billions in cash existed. But here's the truly shocking part. Germany's establishment protected WireCard. BaFin, the financial regulator, didn't just ignore the warnings. They actively defended the company. They banned short selling of WireCard stock to protect it from speculators. Politicians praised WireCard as a national champion. German Chancellor Angela Merkel personally lobbied for WireCard during a state visit to China. Why? Because WireCard represented Germany's tech ambitions. In a country dominated by traditional industries, WireCard was supposed to be proof that Germany could compete in the digital age. No one wanted to believe it was all a lie. By 2019, the pressure was mounting. The Financial Times published more damning reports. Investors started demanding answers. EY, finally taking the accusations seriously, launched a special audit for the 2019 accounts. They asked WireCard to provide proof, real verified proof, that the 1.9 billion euros in Asian trustee accounts actually existed. WireCard stalled. Weeks became months. In June 2020, EY delivered their verdict. They could not confirm the cash existed. The bank confirmations appeared to be fraudulent. June 18, 2020. WireCard admits that 1.9 billion euros, a quarter of their balance sheet, probably doesn't exist. June 19, 2020. Markus Braun resigns as CEO. June 22, 2020. Braun is arrested by German police. June 25, 2020. WireCard files for insolvency. Within 1 week, a $24 billion company ceased to exist. But here's where it gets even stranger. Jan Marsalek, the COO, who orchestrated much of the fraud, vanished. He flew from Austria to Belarus, then disappeared. Credible reports suggest he's now in Russia, protected and untouchable. Intelligence agencies believe Marsalek had connections to Russian intelligence services. The fraud wasn't just about money. It may have been connected to espionage and money laundering operations. To this day, Marsalek remains one of Europe's most wanted fugitives. WireCard failed because their fraud required an ever-growing lie. They needed to show bigger revenues, more cash, more growth. Eventually, the numbers became so large that they couldn't be hidden anymore. They failed because they believed they were untouchable, protected by regulators, celebrated by politicians, and trusted by the world's most sophisticated investors. And they failed because one journalist refused to stop asking questions. The WireCard scandal revealed something deeper: how easy it is to fool the world when everyone wants to believe the story. Investors wanted returns. Politicians wanted a German tech champion. Regulators wanted to avoid a scandal. So they all chose to believe until reality came crashing down. Markus Braun is currently on trial in Germany, facing fraud charges. Jan Marsalek is still missing, somewhere in the world, with all the secrets of how they really did it. And somewhere, there's still 1.9 billion euros that never existed, except in the imaginations of the people who desperately wanted it to be real. If this story shocked you, wait until you hear about the Volkswagen emissions fraud. Don't forget to subscribe, because the truth is always stranger than fiction.